and welcome back. Today is Sunday, April 20th. I have your 4 best bets for you in the NBA today. As always, if you're new to the channel, welcome to the page. It is day 2 of the NBA playoffs. This is a big day. It is Easter Sunday. It is 420 all in one. I have my my sister's husband's brother's birthday, my nephew's birthday. This is a massive day for me overall, and we get a beautiful 4-game NBA slate. Some of the bigger spreads out of all the matchups here in the playoff series. We get 4 games all day, back-to-back, all-day NBA action. This is what dreams are made of. I cannot wait to watch all these games. We get 4-game slate, and let's just start off rattling through all the games here. We get the noon slate, Memphis versus OKC, 229 over under, 13-point spread leaning towards OKC. OKC, probably just like the series, they won the 4-0 sweep on the season series. They'll probably 4-0 sweep this postseason series. The last time they played was March 27th, and they won by 20-plus points in that matchup here. High over-under matchup, 229, 13-point favorite. Hopefully the Grizzlies show up in this matchup. I know they've had a lot of playoff games this week. They played 2 straight games, and OKC's just been chilling on ice, and now they're at home here. Hopefully this game's better with maybe a little rust versus rest in this matchup. The 2 p.m. game on ABC is Orlando versus Boston. 205 over-under, big spread as well here. A lot of low over-unders here on out after that first game. That game is going to be the pace and space. This game after that is you can go do some mags, come back in the second half. This first half is going to be pretty low scoring. 205 over under. Orlando, shockingly, won the season series 2-1. Last time they played was April 9th. The Celtics, though, didn't play any of their starters in that matchup. Orlando did win by 20. That game was like a must-win for Orlando. So I don't really look much into this regular season series with, like I said, 20-point win last time for Orlando. I bet Boston will come out red hot in this matchup here, especially with just like Memphis. Orlando playing 2 games this week while Boston has been chilling on ice at home here. But hey, Boston all season at home has played their worst ball at home than on the road. So maybe Orlando can surprise Boston here while they've just been sleeping at home. 6 o'clock game on TNT. Changing stations on TNT. Miami versus Cleveland. Another 12-point over a 12-point spread in this matchup, leaning Cleveland side. 215 over under. Cleveland won the season series 2-1. Last time they played was March 5th. Cleveland won by 5 points. That game was really good. I expect this game to be really good. I think this 12-point spread is not what it should be. I think Miami's going to show up playing ball. They've been playing ball these last few games here. It's Eric Spoelstra playoffs. I think 12 is a little too high. Even though Miami has played a few more games, I don't know why I was just talking about with Orlando. That hand up, I made that up. Orlando has not. Orlando has been on ice since Monday, so they're pretty much good coming in this matchup. But Cleveland, they've played 2 games pretty recently, but I think this game's going to be closer. Miami plays a lot of closer games overall. And then the best game on the card, the late TNT game here, Golden State versus Houston, 212 over under. Houston is a 1-point favorite. Golden State did open up as the favorite, and now this game is reverse lined here overall. And Golden State won the season series. They played 5 times this season. Golden State won 3-2. The most recent matchup was April 6th. Houston won by 10 points in that matchup here. Fun NBA action here. Before we jump into today's 4 plays, we got to recap yesterday's action and yesterday in the NBA. And up going 2-2 in best bets. We started off the day hot. Kevin Porter Jr. over 14.5 points assists plus 100 odds. He took care of business. Plenty of free throws. The assists, he made a lot more free throws than field goals in this matchup. One that kind of hurt was Kawhi Leonard. He finished the game at 22. He even went to overtime. It was all James Harden from that whole second half on. I was hoping Kawhi would just show up for one more big 3 late in that game, but he fell short. Cade Cunningham, hand up. That was just a horrible read. That Cade Cunningham play, I really liked it. He had the great Knicks matchup, great history of getting the over versus the Knicks, and then hand up. He didn't show up at all. That game was pretty bad. He had some late threes, a lot of buckets late in the game, so he did finish the game with like 20-plus points, but it wasn't even close going into the fourth quarter. And then Luka Doncic, told you guys, he dominates the Wolves in the playoffs here. We'll probably not get 28.5 points for Luka Doncic for the remainder of this series here. He had a 37 or 39-point game, and that game was incredible to watch. Minnesota just took care of business. They let Luka do whatever he want, and all the other Lakers players did not show up yesterday. But 2-2 day, I'm wanting a 4-0 sweep here for this 420 here for us. And let's just jump into it. For my first play of the day, going to be doing play for every single game. I'm going to be doing that for all playoffs here. ABC, Memphis versus OKC, 229 over under. OKC, 13-point favorite here. And I'm going with the Memphis Grizzlies side of the ball here. Ja Morant. I think this assist line is a little too low, so give me Ja Morant to go over 5.5 assists coming in minus 130 on FanDuel. He's gotten this over 4 for his last 5 games, averaging 6.4 assists per game. He's actually gotten this over 2 for his last 2 against OKC this season, averaging 6.5 assists per game. With the last 2, him getting 7 and 6 assists in those games. And why I love this even more is the potential assists in those 2 matchups. He had a potential assist of 10 and 12 in those last 2 games, so he could have had opportunity to even get more assists in this game, which I love. If there's any more opportunity, if there's more skin on the bone there, hey, we still can get an option there. 73% hit rate on the season this season, averaging 7.2 assists per game. He's gotten this over 6 for his last 7 versus OKC, going back to 2021, averaging 7.9 assists per game. All 7 of those games, he had potential assists of 10 plus in every single game. So great consistency, and the potential of getting 10 plus is even on the table here. Last 5 games, he's averaging 33 minutes per game, and when Ja plays 30 minutes in a game, he gets the over 78% of the time, and he's which is awesome. Great consistency on the season. So he's been playing 30 minutes in every single game against OKC this season. So great consistency. If he plays 30 plus minutes, 78% hit rate. This will be a tough matchup for scoring for Ja in this matchup here. I think OKC's going to do a great job. I'm walling him off while he drives into the paint, leaving plenty of opportunities for him to throw it out to the corners or a little bounce pass, a little floater to Zach Edey for a quick slam in this matchup. 230 or 229 over under. So this game is looking like it's going to have a lot of pace, and Ja Morant pushes the pace on the fast breaks. I have him projected at 7 assists in this matchup, and OKC have begun out some big passing games to the point guard position. Jose Alvarado had 4. Keontae George had 8. Devin Booker had 14 assists. Fred VanVleet had 6. The Giddler, Josh Giddey, had 10. Scottie Pippen Jr., Pippen ain't easy, had 7. And Ja Morant had 6. And all the most recent games against OKC. 73% hit rate on the season. 2 for his last 2 against OKC. I have projected at 7 assists in this matchup. So give me Ja Morant to pass us an early win here to go over 5.5 assists, coming in minus 130 on FanDuel. Jump into my second play of the day. Looking like a theme here today is these point guards for me on the betting market here today. Boston, Orlando, 205 over under. The lowest over under will probably the lowest over under series that we'll get in the whole playoffs. Boston 13-point favorite here at home, and I'm sticking with the Boston side of the ball. Orlando has struggled against point guards here, and Jrue Holiday has balled out against the Orlando Magic in almost every single game, it seems like. So give me Jrue Holiday to go over 16.5 points, rebounds, assists, coming in minus 125 on DraftKings. He has a great matchup here. The Magic allowed the 9th most points to the point guard position this season. The Orlando Magic, the last 30 games, allowed the 8th most points to the point guard position. And then the Orlando Magic, these last 7 games. All right, got to take a breath here. Orlando Magic, they allow the 10th most points, the 8th most rebounds, and the 4th most assists to the point guard position. And this looks like a slam dunk spot for Jrue Holiday, where he's gotten this over 3 for his last 3 games against the Orlando Magic, averaging 24 PRAs, with the last 3 games of getting 20, 24, and 19 PRAs in the last 3. He's gotten this over 9 for his last 10 against Orlando, averaging 26.6 points, rebounds, assists. So I love that. Great consistency in this matchup. 59% hit rate at home this season, averaging 19.2 PRAs overall. Over 9 for his last 10 playoff games, averaging 27.4 PRAs, with the fewest PRAs in the last 10 playoff games. He had 15 on the dot. 74% hit rate in his last 20 playoff games here. So coming in this matchup, he has great consistency on getting the over. I have him projected at 20 PRAs in this matchup here. 9 for his last 10 against Orlando. 3 for his last 3 against Orlando, averaging 24 PRAs. Orlando, these last 7 games, allowing the 8th most allowing the 10th most points, 8th most rebounds, and the 4th most assists to the point guard position. So give me Jrue Holiday to go over 16.5 points, rebounds, assists, coming in -125. On DraftKings, jumping to my third play of the day, switching to the TNT slate of the game. It's going to be nice to see the TNT boys for this matchup here. Miami, Cleveland, 215 over under. Cleveland, 12-point favorite here. I think Miami is going to have a great game in this matchup, and that shows. I'm going with Bam Adebayo to go over 21.5 points, assists, coming in -120. On DraftKings, he has a great matchup here. Cleveland, allowing the 9th most points and the 9th most assists to the power forward position this season. Cleveland, these last 30 games, allow the 3rd most points and the 9th most assists to the power forward position. And Bam, he's gotten us over 3 for his last 3 against Cleveland, averaging 28.3 points, assists per game. Coming in this matchup pretty hot, getting the over 3 for his last 5, averaging 24.8 points, assists per game. Last 3 games against Cleveland, he had 22, 24, and 39 points, assists versus Cleveland. 67% hit rate versus the Cavs, going back to 2022, averaging 24.2 points, assists per game. Getting the over 7 for his last 10 playoff games, averaging 22.2 points, assists per game. Over 4 for his last 5 away playoff games, averaging 23.8 points, assists. Bam is as consistent as they come. I have him projected at 23 points, assists. He has a great matchup here. Last 30 games, the 3rd most points and the 9th most assists to the power forward position. And power forwards versus Cleveland have had some big games. Obi Toppin, ain't no stopping, had 12. Little Boozy Vert. Montez Buzelis had 24. Harrison Barnes had 24. OG Anunoby had 29. Derrick Jones Jr. had 17. Ausar Thompson had 20. And then Harrison Barnes again, he only had 12 in that one, but he still got us over in this matchup. 3 for his last 3 versus Cleveland. He's going to make it 4 for his last 4. Come on, Bam Bam. Have a great game here, passing and scoring wise. So give me Bam Adebayo to go over 21.5 points, assists, coming in -120. On DraftKings, to jump into my 4th and final play of the day. I got to do it. I got to take one chalky player prop play in this matchup here, and I think everyone's zooming in on the last time that Steph Curry played the Houston Rockets. He only had 3 points. Granted, we did take the over in that game, so unfortunately we suffered in that one. But I think everyone's looking at this 3 Houston Rockets. They're playing great defense overall, and I think Stephen Curry, primetime matchup with 4 days off coming into this matchup here, I think he has a great home playoff game here to set the tone. So give me Stephen Curry to go over 24.5 points, coming in -115. On DraftKings, the Rockets allowed the 2nd most points to the point guard position this season. The Rockets, these last 30 games, allowed the 4th most points to the point guard position. The Rockets, the last 15 games, allowed the 6th most points. And guess what? These last 7 games allowed the 4th most points to the point guard position. So all season, they have struggled against the point guard position. And then the last time he played the Rockets, he only had 3 points in that matchup. Only getting the over 3 for his last 5 versus the Rockets, averaging 22 points per game. With the last 5 games, him scoring 32, 29, 19, 27, and 3 points in his most recent matchup. Last matchup, he was in hell. I would kid you not. He had a bad game here, but this is prime time. Chef Curry on TNT. First game, a home playoff game here. I think he's going to step up in a big way. We're not going to get 24.5 that often with Stephen Curry, because last time he played in a playoff game, which was the most recent game against the Grizzlies, his over-under was at 28. They dropped this down 4 points. I think we have a nice buy low here. Wow, he's gotten us over 4 for his last 5 home playoff games, averaging 28.4 points per game. Just had a 37-point game at home in a gritty game against the Grizzlies, and now he's coming into this matchup with 4 days of rest in this game. I have him projected at 28-plus points in this game, and point guards against the Rockets have had some big games. Russell Westbrook, live or die by Russell Westbrook, he had 17. Luka Doncic, 39. James Harden, 35. Colin Sexton, 18. Gabe Vincent, 20. Isaiah Collier, 16. And Keontae George, a little Keontae that could, had 17. Like I said, projected at 19, projected at 28 points in this matchup here. 3 for his last 5. He remembers that lackluster 3-point game here. I think Stephen Curry is going to chef it up for a classic matchup here. So give me Stephen Curry to go over 24.5 points, coming at -115 on FanDuel. Got to get a chalky play in for you guys. I always do. Seems like, but those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA. Gonna rattle them off again. Stephen Curry over 24.5 points. Bam Adebayo over 21.5 points, assists. Jrue Holiday over 16 PRAs, and Morant to kick off our day over 5.5 assists. Those are my 4 best bets for you in the NBA. Let me know down below, what's your favorite play in the playoffs here today? Beautiful day of NBA action. While you're down there, please leave a like and subscribe. It makes me know you like the content. I truly appreciate the support this page has been getting. It's been a fun week overall. Going to be doing a little live streams more often for you guys as these playoff series during the week, so we can hang out during the playoff matchups here overall. Fun 4-game NBA slate here today. I cannot wait. Bigger spreads than normal, but we get to go running back at it with a Monday 2-game Monday slate here on tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to that overall. Hopefully having a wonderful day. Happy Easter. Keep on smiling, and I will see you in the next one.